Can you use copyrighted material for educational purposes?
Hello there. Today we're going to delve into a very important topic, copyright and educational use. We will explore whether you can use copyrighted video material for educational or non-commercial purposes, even if it exceeds the seconds limit, typically cited in fair use discussions.
What is copyright?
Copyright is a legal protection given to creators of original works, such as music, books, films, and more. The copyright owner has exclusive rights to use, distribute, display, and reproduce the work. However, there are certain limitations on these rights, one of which is known as fair use.
What is fair use?
Fair use is a doctrine in the law of the United States that allows limited use of copyrighted material without requiring permission from the rights holders. It covers uses such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. However, fair use is not a free pass to use copyrighted material without restriction. It's determined on a case-by-case basis, considering factors like the purpose of the use, the nature of the copyrighted work, the amount and substantiality of the portion used, and the effect of the use on the market for the original work.
Can you use copyrighted material for educational purposes?
In general, educational institutions and teachers may be able to use copyrighted materials under the fair use doctrine, especially when the use is directly related to educational goals. However, the use still needs to meet the 4 factors of the fair use test. So, if you're planning to use copyrighted material that exceeds the seconds limit, it's important to know that there's no specific duration that's universally considered fair use. This is a common misconception. The seconds limit you often hear about doesn't exist in the actual law. Instead, whether the use is fair is always determined based on the specific circumstances and the 4 fair use factors.
What about non-commercial use?
Non-commercial use is another factor that can weigh in favor of fair use, but it doesn't automatically make the use fair. It's just one of the factors considered in the fair use analysis. Therefore, even if your use is non-commercial, if it fails the other parts of the fair use test, it could still be considered copyright infringement. In conclusion, using copyrighted material for educational or non-commercial purposes may fall under the doctrine of fair use. However, fair use is always context-dependent, and there's no set seconds limit that guarantees your use is fair. If you plan to use copyrighted material, especially in significant amounts, it's always a good idea to seek legal advice to understand whether your specific use could be considered fair. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope this video has been helpful in clarifying the complexities of copyright and fair use.